It was natural we'd think of it as an SOS from the ones we chased out. But then, our Nazi spoke.
どうして電話が
That phone should not even be functioning at this point.
故障していて使えないはずなのに。
そんなことは関係ねえさ。もしマリアたちが助けを求める電話だったら。
そもそも電話の普通が犯人の工作によるものならば、この電話はおそらく。
With that one sentence, the ring of the phone, which had once sounded like a scream for help, now started to sound like a ghastly lure from some unknown person. If it's the same as the letter that we received in the study, then yeah. Natsuki hesitated over whether to pick up the receiver.
トロ、おばさん、何かの理由で電話が回復したのかも。マリアちゃんたちからの緊急の電話の可能性もある。
そうだぜ。それに万一犯人からの電話だったら上等さ。話を聞いてやろうじゃねえか。それにどうせ電話だ。受話器越しに何をほざいたって痛くも痒くもないぜ。
おばさんが取らないなら俺が取るぜ。
私が取ります。もしもし。
I stretched out my hand to take the receiver, but Natsuki grabbed it before I could reach. We all held our breath, trying to figure out who the person on the other end of the phone was. But for a while, Natsuki kept saying hello. A silent phone call? There's no way Maria and the others would do something so creepy. Which means, could this phone call possibly really be? Natsuki stopped repeating hello and strained her ears, because she thought she heard something far away on the other end of the receiver. What was that?
これは歌？
歌って何ですか、おばさん。
Singing?
わかりません。電話の向こうでかすかに誰かが歌っているのが聞こえます。何のことやら。
ちょっと受話器を借りますぜ。
My God. I can see it. They are dead. Kumasao, Nanjo, and Genji. The 6th, the 7th, and the 8th Twilight.
もしもし。
Could this be Maria? Maria? I forced the receiver from the stunned Nazi hand and pressed it against my ear. At first, I didn't hear anything. But because I had been told about it beforehand, I noticed. It sounded far away from the receiver, rather than someone speaking in a quiet voice. Yeah, it sounded like a girl singing a song. That voice did sound like Maria's, but that just made the situation even more inexplicable. Oh God. At the very least, the one who had made the call hadn't been Maria. After all, Maria was singing some song far away from the receiver. In that case, the one who made the phone call should have been Genji-san, Kumasao-san, or Dr. Nanjo. And yet, they weren't saying anything. Why? For what reason? The person who made this call. Who was it?
おい、もしもし。誰だ、返事をしろ。
Okay, stop hiding yourself, Beatrice. Come on, show yourself!
歌ってるのはマリアなのか。返事をしてくれ。
何が起こってんだよ。どういうことだ。
わからねえ。一つ言えることは、多分これは罠で、そしてマリアが危険だってことだけだ。
Nazi took the receiver again, But after yelling into it several more times, she realized that she wasn't getting anywhere and hung up. After that, she dialed quickly. Then she clicked her tongue. That's right. If the phones are working, we should be able to reach the police. But judging by Alnati's reaction, the outside telephone line still didn't connect.
行こう。罠かもしれないことは分かってても、行かないわけにはいかない。
ああ、まったくだぜ。ジェシカと夏井おばさんはここにいてくれ。
When Aniki and I tried to dash out, Alnati stopped us.
お待ちなさい。あなたたちだけに行かせるわけにはいきません。私も行きます。ジェシカはここで待ちなさい。
私だけのけ者かよ。
No, I think that in this case we should all be together. We should all go out there.
冗談じゃない。私も行くぜ。
そうだな。その方がいいかもしれねえぜ。電話が俺たちをさらに分散させる狙いがあるってんなら、留守番を残すのは適当じゃねえ。
Exactly.
議論する暇も惜しい。みんなで行こう。
Alnati raised the rifle high and took the lead. I couldn't go unarmed myself. I found a 3-pronged candle stand and radiated it. Although the pins on it used to fit candles were short, it was almost like a 3-pronged spear. Then, the four of us left the study. We left the study, which should have been the safest place inside the mansion. By doing this, we had been lured out, even though we had barricaded ourselves in a safe closed room. Great. This really is functioning. This really is working for our culprit once again. We are all leaving the study room at this point. Perhaps we were doing exactly the same thing grandfather had done when he disappeared from that room. Yeah. It could very well be that even if Beatrice didn't manage to get inside, Kenzo got a phone call in similar fashion to how things are happening here, and thus he had to leave.
Maria! どこにいるんだよ! 返事をしろ!
I listened closely, but I didn't hear anything. The mission was fast, and since the passing typhoon was making its last stand, the sound of the rain was even noisier than before.
マリアちゃんは確か客までテレビを見たいと言ってたよね。階下に降りてみよ
う。そうですね。行ってみましょう。みんなは周りに用心して。
うわっ。
This is going to be ugly. With Alnati in the center, her rifle readied and her finger on the trigger. We moved in a group, our backs together, checking our surroundings in all directions. It was just as though the magic of that magic circle designed to spread discord had worked. We had split up, and furthermore, had been dragged out into dangerous territory. In other words, even now, we were doing just what the culprit wanted us to do. This was a separate world where it wouldn't be odd for anything to suddenly occur. Alnati nervously pointed the barrel of the gun at every dark spot and shadow. It felt like that motion was out of fear rather than caution. But the rifle she held in her hand should have been a trump card that the culprit feared.
僕はずっと思ってたんだ。カノン君のように胸にあのアイスピックを突き刺すことは不可能ではないと思う。でも母さんたちのように頭蓋骨を打ち抜いて眉間に突き立てるなんて簡単なことじゃないと思うんだ。
犯人はそれだけバカ力ってことか。
Nah, it makes me think. Whether we're talking about Beatrice and whoever helped her that are on the magic side, in which case they don't need brute strength. Or our human culprit is surely somebody with lots of strength, with lots of physical strength.
多分あのアイスピックを飛ばす、あるいは打ち込む射出機のような武器があるんだよ。人力だけであれだけ深々と刺突するにはあの絵は短すぎる。
いずれにせよ頭蓋骨を打ち抜くほどに強力です。カノンの傷も肺にまで届いていたそうです。もし相手の姿を見ても決して前に出ないように。私の後ろから出てはいけませんよ。
Just how sinister and frightening was that weapon that could shoot those creepy ice picks? And could I do anything to combat it with just this candlestand in my hand? Huh. I mean, if it was a weapon that shot those demon ice picks, then you could surely do the damage even from a distance. That could actually help us, but can't say that it helps us that much at this point. In the first murder, the culprit probably assaulted all 4 of our parents at once and discussed the inheritance problem in the dining hall. And there were 4 of us here now. Apparently, I wasn't the only person thinking this. Georgianiki, Jessica, and of course, Nazi were stretching their senses to the utmost limit, in the highest and worst state of tension, slowly advancing one step, then another. What have we done? Because of the seeds of doubt spread by that one letter, we threw Maria and the rest into the middle of this terrifying road. We finally reached the first floor. The parlor was just across the hall. When we listened carefully, we could hear it faintly. Huh? Oh god, that's Maria. Maria's eerie singing voice. She wasn't singing naturally, as though she were in a good mood. She was singing mechanically, like she was at a graduation ceremony and she'd been ordered to. The song she sang was just a common folk song, one that everyone has probably sung in school at one time or another. But why that, in the middle of the night, alone, with all her heart, over and over? Why? Right after leaving the study, we had called out in loud voices, asking Maria where she was. But this time, no one said even a single word. We hid our breath and the sound of our footsteps, and intensely focused on our surroundings to the point of being completely high-strung. We stepped forward. The door to the parlor was closed, but we could hear Maria's singing voice through it. Hanati put her hand on handle of the doorknob, when Georgianiki stopped her.
扉は僕が開ける。夏日おばさんとバトラ君は武器を構えてて。
I fear for the worst.
わかりました。
Alright, let's go inside. Let's see the massacre.
気をつけて。
開けると同時に攻撃してくるかもしれないぜ。ジョージ兄さん、注意して。
If this is what I think it is, then there is no room for doubt at this point.
じゃあ、行くよ。
He tried to open it, but immediately felt the hard resistance of the lock. Anatsi took the bundle of keys from her pocket and gave them to George. There were about 10 keys, and none of us had a clue which was which. Oh, come on, not this. Not now! Because of this, George had to fumble around loudly and test several of the keys. God damn it. Why would he even need to lock this door in the first place? Since we had hidden our footsteps, preparing to make a surprise attack on the room, this felt almost fatal. The whole time we'd hear Maria's voice from the parlor, singing the same song over and over. It was like a broken, crazy cassette tape. We'd been in that room almost constantly since morning. All the frightening things had occurred outside that room. That had left us with the impression that only this room was safe. And that baseless impression was quickly falling apart.
開いた。
ありがとう。ジョージ君とジェシカは後ろに下がって。
おばさん、一気に飛び込んで左右に分かれよう。扉を開けてボサッとしたら例のアイスピックがど真ん中に飛んでくるかもしれねえぜ。
承知しています。いいですか？
やっぱ嫌だって言いてえな。
I readied myself. If they're gonna be throwing ice picks, I'll whack them with this candle stand.
行きます
Al-Nazi and I rammed into the door before flying into the parlor, quickly spitting up left and right and searching the parlor for someone who might have been waiting for us. But what our eyes landed upon was an incredibly strange sight. The parlor was stained with blood. This place, where we spent almost the entire day, where we pressed in together to protect ourselves from some unknown malice, had been stained with flesh blood, had become an ocean of blood. On the floor lay Genji-san, Kumasawa-san, and Dr. Nanjo, their entire bodies stained bright red with blood. No. No. Found in the parlor. Her calf had a weapon resembling an ice pick sticking out of it, and her face had been smashed. The 8th twilight. The 6th twilight. The 7th twilight. And their faces smashed. Oh, good God. But the only way we could identify them was by their clothes. That was because... that's right. This is how the whole tragedy started. Their faces. Just like our smashed up parents in a shed. You couldn't tell where their eyes stopped and their nose began. It was as though they really plunged their faces into tomato pot pies, all squished up. Ah! And that wasn't all. Their bodies had other wounds. It was those demon ice picks. They were in Genji-san's stomach, Dr. Nanjo's thigh. No, his knee? That's right. Of course it's his knee. In the epitaph, the 6th twilight was his stomach, and on the 7th twilight, the knee was gouged. So after seeing one of them stuck near Kumasawa-bachan's calf, I couldn't help masochistically laughing. That's right. On the 6th twilight, gouge the stomach and kill. On the 7th twilight, gouge the knee and kill. On the 8th twilight, gouge the leg and kill. Now even the 8th twilight is over. And the next one, the 9th twilight. What was it again? Maria was there. She was facing the wall in a part of the room, standing stock still, completely alone. She faced away from this horrible scene, standing by the wall, singing her song over and over. There was nothing else in the room. Just the corpse of the three who had been brutally killed. And the phone receiver, which was still off its hook, proving that this was the room that call had come from. Just that and Maria, her back to this scene as she kept on singing while facing the wall. We could even scream at this bizarre scene. We could only stare, shocked, with our mouths hanging loosely open. Jessica called out to her, but Maria showed no reaction. Alone, she kept singing on and on. We had come here, trying to save Maria from some approaching danger. So, now that we had found her, we should have been running up to Maria, hugging her, joyous that she was safe. And yet, none of us could do that. Everyone thought it, but they couldn't say it. After all, because that's right, even if that's crazy. No, it couldn't be.
Maria!
You're really starting to piss me off, Beatrice. Stop possessing Maria right now, goddammit! At some point, Al-Nazi and I had pointed our weapons at Maria's back. I yelled at Maria in a violent voice, but there was no reaction. She just kept singing. But the candle stand still radiated, and I ran up to her, and forcefully, violently slammed my hand down on her shoulder. And I pulled on her shoulder, forcing her to turn around. Maria's small body was quickly pulled down and fell. And, as though unhappy at having her singing interrupted, Maria looked into my face with her usual expression. Even in this gruesome situation, she was just like normal.
Maria, これはどういうことなんだ? 誰がやった?
ベアトリーチェ。
いい加減にしろ!
I threw the candle stand that I'd been holding against the wall. The violence of that reckless sound should have gone straight into Maria's heart. Maria's expression didn't change at all.
よすんだバトラ君。マリアちゃん、今度こそ君は3人を殺す犯人の顔を見たはずだよ。犯人は君に手紙を渡したというベアトリーチェなのかい？
おお、ベアトリーチェ。
ああ、ならこれで確定したぜ。19人目はいるんだ。ベアトリーチェは実在するんだ。
You know what? Fine! There you have it! It is Beatrice who done it! It's Beatrice who did all this! Battler, Jessica, George, and Natty were in the study, and it cannot be possible for you to have killed these people, especially since you have an alibi for the other murders, Maria. It was Beatrice! Where is she?
じゃあマリア、これくらいは教えてくれるよな。奴はこの3人をどうやって殺したんだ？何をどうやったらあんなむごい殺し方ができるんだ？
知らない。
知らねえってことはねえだろ。
What?
この部屋での出来事だぞ。歌を歌うのに夢中で気づかなかったとか言い出すんじゃねえだろうな。
落ち着いてバトラ君。マリアちゃん、僕とお話ししようね。
George Angie, as he always did, crouched down next to Maria so that their eyes met and talked to her very calmly.
マリアちゃんはどうして壁を向いてお歌を歌っていたのかな？
うん、ベアトリーチェがここでね、壁を向いてお歌をずっと歌っていなさいって言ったの。
じゃあベアトリーチェがここへやってきたんだね。その時にはまだ源氏さんたちは生きていたんだよね。
みんなで客間に来て座ってた。源氏さんはちゃんと鍵をかけてたよ。
確かに鍵はかかってたが、じゃあどうやってベアトリーチェは客間に入ってきたってんだよ。
Wait a minute. Genji was the one that locked it? But how?
でもベアトリーチェは魔女だから鍵なんか関係ない。長女になって扉の隙間から通り抜けてきたんだよ。
はあ？冗談も休み休み言いやがる。そんなわけねえだろ。お前は何を言ってやがるんだ。
信じられないよね。だから言いたくなかった。どうせ言っても信じないもん。
God damn it. And if Battler doesn't believe, then Beatrice cannot show herself. Is that it? Is that the kind of bullshit you're gonna pull on us, Beatrice?
でもベアトリーチェは魔女なの。不思議な魔法で何でもできるの。だからベアトリーチェは鍵のかかった扉なんか全然関係ないんだよ。
それで現れたベアトリーチェは、そしてみんなはどうしたの？
ベアトリーチェは言ったよ。おじいさまの書斎は強力な力に守られていてどうしても入れない。
Ah, bullshit. She must have been inside the study herself, wasn't she? And... No, again, I'm thinking wrong here. Was it one of her demons that sent that message inside the study in that case? I mean, you said that Beatrice couldn't enter, but that doesn't necessarily mean that her friends couldn't enter there. Is that it?
だからあと3人の生贄はこの客間の4人の中から選ぶって。みんな嫌だって言ったよ。熊沢さんは嫌だ嫌だってすごい言ってた。でもベアトリーチェは選ぶよ。そしたらね、ベアトリーチェはマリアはいいよって言ってくれたの。どうしてだと思う？バトラがマリアの安全を祈って念を込めてくれたあの火星の5の魔法陣のサソリのお守りがあったからだよ。だからその力でベアトリーチェは私にだけは何もできなかった。だから生贄はマリアじゃない3人に決まったの。そしたらね、ベアトリーチェはね、言ったの。
Oh my god.
さあさあ、壁に向かってお歌を歌って聞かせなさい。あなたはたくさんたくさんお歌を歌うから、何が起こっても何が聞こえても聞こえない聞こえないわからない。さあさあ、楽しいお歌をわらわにたくさん聞かせておくれ。
だからマリアはずっとお歌を歌ってた。ずっと歌ってたんだよ。だから何も聞こえない、わからない。そしたらバトラたちがやってきたんだよ。
それを信じろってのか？
And why are you happy about this? Didn't you say that death didn't matter to you? That you wanted to go to the Golden Land and meet everyone else? Why are you happy that you were not chosen? You could have just thrown the scorpion charm away. You're not making any sense anymore.
バカにするんじゃねえぜ。
じゃあ今度は誰を疑う？マリアを疑う？
Ugh.
マリアをこの場で殺してみる？そんなことしてもベアトリーチェはいなくならない。これで第8の番は終わったよ。ベアトリーチェは蘇る。
ふざけんな。もうそんな話は金輪際ごめんだぜ。魔女なんているもんか。煙に巻かれてたまるか。俺は認めねえぞ。ベアトリーチェなんていいね。
God damn it. As long as Battler keeps saying that, Beatrice will just never show up in front of us. We have to play by Beatrice's game, otherwise she will never show up in front of us. God damn it, Beatrice.
絶対に俺が認めねえ。だから存在なんかさせねえ。蘇りもさせねえ。伝説は永遠に伝説のままだ。この俺がそんなことを認めねえ。
よせよバトラ。マリアが殺したわけでも見殺しにしたわけでもない。ベアトリーチェが来てマリアは抵抗できず従わざるを得なかっただけだぜ。
あれ、夏日おばさん？
Huh?
おばさんがいない。
What? Oh shit. Where the hell did she go?
あれ、
母さんどこ行ったの？
さっき手紙を読みながら一人で出て行ったよ。
What? Another letter? A letter? That makes sense. The culprit must be so exhilarated now that we've reached the 8th twilight. They might have left the letter so that they could brag even more. We're so wrapped up in questioning Maria that we forgot to look for a letter. But even as well armed as she was, why had she left the room by herself in this dangerous mansion after reading it? And she didn't even tell us! Jessica tried to chase after her and tugged at the handle of the door, but it resisted strangely and wouldn't open.
母さん、お母さん。
Oh god. God damn it!
何これ。開けて。開けて。
It was only natural. Natsuki had picked up the candle stand, which Bella had thrown at the wall and which had fallen to the floor. She had then skillfully wedged it between the doorknobs on the double doors like a bolt, holding them closed. The intricate design of the candle stand caused it to get caught solidly, and it really did make a sturdy seal on the door. The tragic scream of a daughter for her mother. Did it reach Natsu's ears, or not? Natsu's figure was alone in the entrance hall. It was the place decorated by the portrait of Beatrice. Natsu threw down Beatrice's last letter, the one she had read in the parlor. Readied her rifle again, and in a voice that rang clear, yelled in the massive space that was the entrance hall.
後ろ宮家代表、後宮夏日です。姿を見せなさい、黄金の魔女、ベアトリーチェ。
The entrance hall was dimly lit. Other than the faint light which shone on the center of the room, everything was blotted out by the jet-black darkness. In that darkness, butterflies glittering in gold squirmed, twinkled, and sneered. Natsu gave one more huge gulp and pointed the cold barrel of the gun at the gold butterflies.
ようやく姿を現しましたね。あなたのような存在が本当に存在したなんて、私は未だ信じることができない。でもそれは問題ではありません。後宮家の代表であると自負する私と、後宮家の当主を引き継いだと自称するあなたが今この場にいる。あなたが本当に魔女なのかどうかは今となっては些細な問題です。さあ決着をつけましょう。後宮家を真に引き継ぐ者はどちらか。この後宮夏日か、あなたベアトリーチェか。あなたの決闘の申し出、謹んでお引き受けさせていただきます。
The gold butterflies slowly formed a human shape, which walked into the dim light. Natsu readied the rifle and glared. The witch raised her golden staff overhead and laughed. Natsu's finger slowly squeezed the trigger. Beller made an all-out dash at the door and rammed into it, crushing the candle stand that had been bearing it and making it possible for a big gap to be opened at the door. He kept kicking the candle stand through the gap, and the door was finally released. Oh God. At that time, they heard it. They suddenly heard the crisp sound of gunfire ring out once.
ジェシカちゃん、一人で先走っちゃいけない。
今のは銃声だぜ。夏代おばさんが撃ったんだ。
At whom? At the culprit. The noise had come from the entrance hall, and the entrance hall looked like a stage, like the heroine of a tragedy, on the ground and bathed in light, arrayed in the beauty of that silence. Natsu lay face up, crumpled on the floor. Oh. Half crazed, Jessica ran up to Natsu, on Natsu's forehead. It was almost as though a sparkling shard of pigeon blood ruby had been placed there. What? And from it, one stream of blood makeup passed by her eye and began to traverse her face. The faint smell of gunpowder smoke came from the barrel of the rifle Natsu still grasped. Huh? Then she shot herself in the forehead? No. Why?
からない。どうしておばさんは一人で抜け出して、どうして自分の額を打ち抜いてるんだよ。
マリアちゃん、夏日おばさんは手紙を読んでから部屋を出たんだよね。
So that's your plan, eh, Beatrice? Trying to make us think that Natsuhi actually killed herself with a gun? Yeah. That's lovely, Beatrice. That's freaking lovely.
手紙がない。くそ、おばさんは何を読んで、どうしてここに誘い出されたんだ。
知らねえぜ、知らねえぜ。そんなことはどうでもいいぜ。なんなんだよ。どうして自殺なんだよ。
Ah, she did not kill herself. This was Beatrice's fault.
私を置いてくんだよ。
She got clung to her mother's corpse, crying earnestly. My body was consumed with an anger I didn't know what to do, and I snatched the rifle from Anatsi's hand. I spun around, pointing the barrel of the gun into the darkness on all sides, as though I was pointing a light from a lighthouse, trying to find a culprit. Janki, even in this situation, was trying to calmly figure something out. That not might have been a fruitless effort. And only Maria was completely indifferent. So is this all supposed to be some kind of predetermined fate? No, that's not it. This is all a prelude to a wonderful world. The door to the Golden Land will finally open. Fine! If that's how it is, then so be it. On the 9th twilight, the witch shall revive. You won! You frickin' won, Beatrice! Now you have been revived. Now show yourself already!
第9の晩に魔女は蘇り、誰も生き残れはしない。そして第10の晩に旅は終わり、黄金の里へ至るだろう。これで全部終わったね、ベアトリーチェ。おめでとう、おめでとう。だからマリアを導いて、あなたの話してくれた黄金鏡へ。今こそ。
There, all the dead will be revived, and even lost love will be restored. So, in Maria's eyes, it's just as though all today's tragedies didn't happen. Yeah, what a lot of bullshit! It's as though all the time she spent deprived of love never happened.
いい加減にしやがれ。何が楽しい、何がおめでたい。この島には18人いた。14人死んだ。残りは俺たち4人だ。俺は絶対に死なねえぞ。夜が明けるまで、いや台風が過ぎ去ってまた船着き場に海猫たちが帰ってくるまで、俺は絶対に死なねえんだよ。生き残ってやる、生き残ってやる、絶対。
よしなよバトラー。ベアトリーチェに銃なんて意味ないよ。それに生き残るも何ももうおしまいなんだよ。もう旅は終わったんだよ。
As if.
ほら時計を見てごらん。
Huh? The clock? Those words, but I looked at my wristwatch. Both needles were almost touching near the top. Very soon, it will be 12 at night. In other words, 24. When you think about it, isn't 24 a strange time? It can be called 24, and it can also be called 0. It's the hour at the culmination of the previous day, and at the same time, it's hour 0 as the next day begins. Huh? Maya suddenly called out happily and ran towards the darkness. It was almost as though Beatrice was somewhere in that darkness, and Maria was running up to her. As Jessica hugged her mother's corpse, as Georgianica stood there, confused, I looked down the barrel of the rifle, gazing into the darkness. The space in front of Beatrice's portrait lay in that direction, and the thing Maria was running up to was the portrait's subject. You gotta be kidding me. This is just impossible. I gotta fall for something like this. Witches don't exist. I won't accept it. Something like you shouldn't exist. Because this is a human world. You think I could accept something that's not human? I definitely won't accept it! When I pulled hard on the rifle's lever, the cartridge was ejected, fell on the floor, and the new cartridge was loaded. Then, I sighted the witch down the barrel. Maria turned around. Still clinging to the golden wedge, she turned around.
だから意味なんてないってば。ベアトリーチェに鉛玉なんて意味ないってば。バカだね、人間は。
俺は魔女なんて認めねえぞ。貴様は誰だ。一歩でも動いてみろ。指一本でも動かしてみろ。こいつをぶち込んでやる。
As the witch, no, the witches laughed. Even the large clock in the hall joined on their laughter. It was probably telling us that the time was 24. It was both a tone telling us that we had reached the culmination of this day, and a tone informing us that all had returned to nothing. The rule that the witch would win when time ran out had already been revealed.
バトラー、ジョージ兄ちゃんにジェシカ。旅は終わって魔女は蘇ったよ。
And none shall be left alive. The witch shall praise the wise and bestow forth treasures. One shall be all the gold from the golden land. One shall be the resurrection of all the dead souls. One shall be the resurrection of the love that was lost. One shall be to put the witch to sleep for all time. Sleep peacefully, my beloved witch, Beatrice.